What is going on, everybody? We're here, we're live, and it's a Monday. Does it feel like a Monday to you, Jay?
Yes. It's been a rough start of the day already.
It must feel like it. Jay rolls in here right at 11 o'clock. He's like, oh, sorry I'm late. It's like, I didn't even know it was that late. I'm just sitting here fucking thinking, what am I going to do? Is it time yet? Jay finally shows up. So it must have been a rough Monday for Jay. Had trouble waking up?
No, I did my show at 8 o'clock. It was a rough one. Just everything was off the rails. People were feeling the Mondays. But you want to know what got me through? This is why I was late. I was in the middle of I'm going to show this right here. This is Steve from Blues Clues. He started his podcast. Remember us talking about it the other day? And it is exactly what Ryan said it was going to be. He literally looks in the camera and was like,
"How you doing?"
And that's it. He just listens to us talk for 2 minutes. That's it, man. Sets up the camera and just sits there and lets you talk. Some little music in the background. That's all. That's it. It's exactly what you said it was.
I should just send, if anybody ever tries to vent their feelings to me or anything, I'm just going to send them this video.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. Like, you should see the comments, man. People are like, I'm literally crying. My mom died. Like, all kinds of stuff in the comments. It's, they're just letting it out.
Bro, how is this not ratioed to fucking hell? It is embarrassing for society that we are letting this man get away with it.
He's rubbing his cheek, listening. He said he was starting a podcast, and it's exactly what it is.
What? Come on, bro. Long form. What a scam, dude. What a scam. Long form listening opportunity.
Yeah. There you go. With Steve Burns.
Steve from Blues Clues.
It's called a live.
I always just, my headcanon was he got in trouble for some nefarious thing. And they had to just sack him and get rid of him really quick. And they brought in the Asian Steve, whatever his name was. Josh or something. I don't know.
At the very end of the video, he's like, well, I hope you have a good day.
2
minutes.
Who needs that, I guess? In what way is that video helpful to anyone? He can't hear what you're saying. He doesn't actually empathize with you. He doesn't know what you're going through. He recorded this and fucking 50,000 other people sat there and watched the same thing you did. How could that help anyone?
He's listening, man. He's listening to all my problems.
It's the same thing as just waking up and spitting it, saying it to the wall. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. You know what? Maybe I should do one where I turn that on and I talk about like, all these terrible thoughts I have in my head. Like I've really thought about going on a mass murder rampage. Steve, what do you think? He's like, yeah.
Have
I
a
hear
good
ya.
day.
Like, what are we doing?
I don't know.
Whatever.
But it was helpful for me. Now I'm ready to start the show.
Hey, look,
talk about
people are lonely.
I guess so. It's all we have, man. It's all we have.
It's all we have is Steve from Blue's Clues.
He's staring into the camera.
Yeah,
I'll send you the. I mean, look, he's got a plethora of videos to watch. There you go. So he's like really he's starting off strong, man.
Alive with Steve Burns.
There it is. He also has a TikTok, which maybe he does the exact same thing.
Well, he's making money, man. He's gonna make money off. I should start doing this.
Yeah,
our Outpost Live is going to be turned into a self-help thing.
Great. Let's zoom in. How would you begin? Let's see.
Hey, I know it's been rough lately. Not everything's gone your way. But I just want you to know I'm here. And I'm ready to listen. So why don't you tell me everything that you've been keeping inside? Yeah. Wow. I get it. Like what are we fucking doing? Like
God dang, man.
It's so weird.
I don't know.
But hey, you go check out Steve Burns. More power to you. But yeah, tell me all your life stories, I suppose. Andre CR, the overall interest in Superman is like the Epstein files. We're pretty sure that it was out there, but the people in charge destroyed it. Wow.
Oh, I'm crying over here, man. That was funny. That was funny.
I don't know if I get 50,000 views on that. But that's about the level of effort it would take. Slightly less effort than a normal video for me, to be honest. Warbrer199. You two are the Pixie and Dixie of G&G.
Thank you, Dixie.
Who's that?
You know what you should... I'm sorry. You know what you should do, right? You should do it in your own way. Be like, oh, yeah?
What the fuck's your problem?
Yeah, you're pathetic. Why are you even here? Just like randomly roast people, really? You think we all wanted to hear that?
Long form listening opportunity. My gosh. We do have a lot to talk about today. We got Superman, we got Jurassic World box office, stuff like that. But I figured I would actually give you guys a short form listening opportunity. And that is thanks to our friends over at Venice AI. So let me take this down really quick. And here you go. Early in the morning. You guys also have a listening opportunity. With the huge advancements of AI, it's become a massive part of so many people's day-to-day lives. And with that comes its own concerns. Did you know that Sam Altman recently said that ChatGPT can now reference all your past conversations? Is that something that everyone's comfortable with, in AI having complete and total knowledge and memory of all of your thoughts, all your business ideas, all these questions that you may or may not want to ask it? And more importantly, what are they doing with that information? Sam Altman said that ChatGPT will get to know more about your life. ChatGPT is the former director of the NSA sitting on the board. Alexa listens to you and recommends products based on your conversations. Well, Venice.ai lets you use AI without handing over your sensitive information. Venice utilizes leading open source AI models to deliver text, code, and image generation to your web browser. There's no downloads, no installation, or anything. They don't spy on you or censor the AI. Messages are encrypted, and your conversation history is only stored in your browser. AI can be extremely valuable, but we shouldn't need to give up privacy to use it. The Venice Pro plan unlocks the full platform features, including PDF uploads for summaries or insights, the ability to turn off safe mode for unhindered image generation, and the ability to change how Venice interacts with you by modifying the system prompt, limitless text, and high image limits. If you want to use AI without fear of handing over your most intimate thoughts to a corporation or the government, you can get 20% off on a pro plan using my link, venice.ai/GG, or use code GG. Again, that's venice.ai/GG and use code GG for 20% off a pro plan today. There you go, Jay. I figured that was you gave me the perfect opportunity to give everyone a listening opportunity. Link is in the description below. Did you like the second question I asked it?
No, what was
you weren't even watching, were you? I asked, is
I was
DEI
looking at Pixie and Dixie? I wanted to know what that was.
I said, is DEI destroying Hollywood? Answer as an angry black man. And gave me the prompt. So shout out to Venice AI. Where were we? Boba Fett. Congrats, Jay. No need to worry about the Epstein list anymore.
Wait, what?
Sergio Garcia, gay. Levels over 9,000. I need an adult. Andre CR, Steve, I know it's been rough lately. Me, yeah, I had diarrhea for the past 2 days. Fart noises. Hector, today's show is brought to you by BetterHelp. No, look, no lie, they approached us. So that was one of the things we said, no, we're not going to do that for. One, just because of BetterHelp's like history and stuff that they've gone through in the past and all that. And also, I just straight up told them about, like, I've told way too many people to kill themselves for me to do a BetterHelp. Like that I can't do that. Like, doesn't make any sense.
Maybe I could do the ad read.
That would make sense. Chris Curran for 5. Ryan, I'm expecting you to do a full video report on IFC investigation into the furries that's going to air this month. I hope it's not too gross.
Is that true?
Is there really an investigation into furries? I don't want to do that, Chris. Come on. I don't want to do that shit. Sergio Garcia, I feel like Unky Ray Ray, touch be bad way. Wow, thank you. The Trillist, if you super chat Steve Burns, I heard he sympathizes harder. Hashtag pause. I do. I know that. Sola Felix, breaking cash confirms Superman is an illegal alien. Well, that might be a good way to kick off our first topic, Jay. Superman's only a few days away. For me, it's only 1 day away. I'm going to one of those Amazon Prime early screenings that they have on Tuesday. And then it's obvious there's a lot of people that are going to go on Tuesday, obviously, but then it's opening up. So Superman is basically here. And the last little push, James Gunn at the forefront of all of this stuff, he decided he's going to go out there, make some headlines, give some interviews. James Gunn confirms Superman is about politics and the decline of American kindness. Says, screw them to jerks who get offended. Hey, this movie's about kindness. And if you don't like that, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
That's basically what we have here.
Can't help himself, can he?
He can't. James Gunn says Superman, I don't want to support you, Variety, is about an immigrant that came from other places and how we've lost the value of basic human kindness. Yes, it's about politics. And I do love in this picture, hey, by the way, this is an immigration allegory for modern day. So Superman, Superman's getting ice.
Arresting the good guys.
Yeah. And Jay, it is true. Superman is an immigrant. However, the idea that the story of Superman somehow relates to modern day illegal immigration, a little bit questionable. Were a lot of these people that are being rounded up and deported now, were they sent here as a baby on a rocket ship and raised by an American family with no knowledge that they were fucking different, just raised truly as like a Midwestern American child from the age they were a baby? I don't think that most people have the same exact course as Superman did, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there are a lot of them out there just like that.
maybe in the movie, Superman discovers the Epstein files too, and it all like works together.
Maybe.
You know, who knows? Man, I knew it, man. These press tours, like these people just can't help themselves. They got to go out and like ruin it for and then it's a lot of what many people predicted. I see a lot of people before they were like, I don't trust James Gunn. He's gonna mess it up somehow. They're gonna blame it on Trump. All this stuff. I don't know. They're gonna insert their politics into it. It never fails. And look at this. He's out there saying, "Yep, it's exactly what we thought it was gonna be." I mean, the people that have released, I guess, illegally their reviews, it hasn't been kind to Superman. So,
There's one article that was out there that broke the deadline when they were supposed to, that was really bad. There was another one that randomly got broken that was really good. So we've got one of each.
Oh, there was a good one that came out. I didn't see that one.
I do think that the movie is going to be fairly divisive. That's how it feels. It feels like James Gunn knows that, and that's what he's saying here as well. Let's talk about, considering they removed the American way from all of the messaging surrounding this thing, it's interesting that now he's saying the superhero epic encompasses the story of America, and at a basic level is about a man searching for a better life away from his original home. I mean, Superman is the story of America, an immigrant that came from other places and populated the country. But for me, it's mostly a story that says basic human kindness is a value, and it's something that we've lost. Yeah, it plays differently. And he's talking about acknowledge the movie's themes may be interpreted differently across political groups, especially considering the current nationwide unrest around immigration. However, Gunn stands by the ideals embedded in Superman and added he doesn't care if anyone takes offense. Yeah, it plays differently, but it's about human kindness. And obviously there'll be jerks out there who just not kind. Will take it as offensive because it's about kindness, but screw them. Yes, it's about politics. But on another level, it's about morality. Do you believe, or do you never kill no matter what, which is what Superman believes? Or do you have some balance as Lois believes? It's really about their relationship and the way different opinions on basic moral beliefs can tear two people apart. Jay, does this make you excited for Superman?
It's about kindness. Really? This is a movie about kindness. Judging by this article alone, sounds like it's going to be white man bad. Superman won't be considered a white man because he's an immigrant. And it's I don't know. It's gonna suck. Word of mouth is gonna have to carry this film. That's what I think. If it's really like a political type thing, oh my gosh, man, it's gonna be awful.
Look, even if in the movie it doesn't come off as heavy-handed as maybe the title of this headline suggests or whatever, the truth is that people just want to go and enjoy a movie and escape a little bit. They don't want to go there and be lectured about the current state of America. They don't want to go out there and be lectured to think this or think this politically about things that are going on modern day right now. That's not why people go to see a superhero movie, right? And if that's what it's full of, and if that's what people feel like it's full of, it's going to keep some people away. I have no idea. You still have the official tracking somewhere in that like $125, $130 million range. You got some people saying it could blow up to 171 million. We'll see. We'll see what happens with this thing. But go ahead.
I'm saying, did you see what I sent you in your DMs earlier today about what he said about the money it needs? Yeah, there it is. Okay.
Oh, you mean James Gunn already lowering expectations for this movie? James Gunn says it's nonsense to think Superman will flop if it doesn't make $700 million. It doesn't need to be as big as people are saying. You talking about the budget there, James Gunn?
Wow.
Now, Gunn, who is also co-head of DC Studios, recently told GQ magazine as part of a cover story for Superman that his movie is not the riskiest endeavor in the world as some are painting it. Is there something right in on it? Yeah, but it's not as big as people make it out to be. They hear these numbers, and the movie's only going to be successful if it makes $700 million or something, and it's just complete and utter nonsense. It doesn't need to be as big of a situation as people are saying. Now, look, I do think that there's a world in which this could be a financial loss on the books, but overall they consider it a win because let's be real. James Gunn has lied over and over again about the budget for this movie. We have official tax documents from Warner Brothers that said the budget for this movie was $363 million, maybe $364 million. James Gunn lied and said, well, an intern probably just filled that out wrong. They've admitted to $225 million in production budget. It's likely closer to that $300 million range, even when you include all the tax breaks. And then they've spent upwards of $150 million. Some said $200 million on marketing for this movie. So yeah, it needs to make a lot of fucking money to break even. But the idea, like if it doesn't hit $700 million, that means that this might make less than Man of Steel, which came out 12 years ago. And the idea that if it doesn't make $700 million, that's okay. It's not that big of a deal. It doesn't need to be as big as people are trying to make. This is lowering expectations. This is preemptive damage control for your movie.
Absolutely. And what kind of dumb statement is that? Hey, we lost a lot of money, but it's still a success. That's how they look at the world. I don't understand it. It's a terrible way to do business. It's a terrible way to run things. It's like, it's okay. Make your movie. And what if it loses $300-400 million and people don't want to watch the rest of the films? It's all right. It's a cinematic masterpiece. It's a success. Don't worry. Okay. Sounds good to me. Let's go. Let's get it done. It makes Hollywood, man, it's a weird group of people out there. They math ain't mathing. It ain't adding up. I don't understand it. I don't understand that statement doesn't make any sense to me, but hey, I guess we'll find out in a week, huh?
We'll find out this weekend, basically. We'll find out what the opening is, right? Which opening doesn't necessarily, kill. It can kill a movie. If this thing opened at $40 million, yes, it would. But if this thing opens to $140 million and it has a great hold, all these different things could play a factor. But certainly you get a very good idea of what the interest level is at when it comes to this opening weekend. And we're going to see very soon. We'll see how many interviews James Gunn puts out trying to do damage control before then.
Yeah, I'm just curious to see what you have to say.
What I have to say?
We'll find out Thursday, I guess, what you think of the movie.
I'm not the end all be all. There's a lot of movies I've liked that have not done well, and a lot of movies that
not saying that, but
absolutely hate.
I'm going Thursday. So,
bro, did you see the Rick and Morty thing with James Gunn and Zack Snyder?
I didn't watch it, but I saw that it was out there.
I didn't watch it either. I don't watch Rick and Morty. Even back when people said it was good, I was never a big fan. But I do think it's funny that they both came in and were parodies of themselves. A little bit of good fun there, back and forth.
Maybe that's what they need. Got to do some good fun because everything else has just been rough.
It's true.
God.
Greedy Graffiti for $5 says, wow, so powerful. I was in the tub with a toaster next to me, but Ryan's saying, I get it. Change my mind. He's saving more lives than the Eternals.
See, it's working.
Well, I got red on my ledger. So got to do what I can. Health Minister of Belgium for $1.99. I ate the Epstein list. I believe you. I believe you. B. Barrett for $2. Steve has the second most retarded podcast ever. The first most retarded is G&G. Thank you, B. Barrett. Snacks on Rumble for $1. That reminded me of the video JonTron did about that therapist that stares at you with new age music playing. All the women are in tears, shaking my head.
They just stare at you? Wow.
Snacks for $1. Will this be known as gunning yourself in the foot? Maybe. Possibly. You never know. I'm always here to listen to you guys.
Always.
Zero. Thanks for listening, Ryan. You're saving lives.
Look at that.
Madney. Boobies. Thanks for listening. D's Webos, Dodger fans and USA soccer fans were BetterHelp's top customers today after the Astros and Team Mexico butt raped them over the weekend. Maybe that's true. Maybe that's true.
I didn't see.
Cabal Culture Smasher for 5. What's up, G&G S tier team? You guys inspired me to make my channel. I have almost 100 subs. Nice.
Yo, that's awesome.
Every time I make a Superman vid, the left loses their minds. Well, congratulations on your new channel, man. Keep up the good work. Glad you could be inspired by Jay's hard work. Jack Allen for 5. Could they have done a worse job marketing this shit? My God, Gunn is cooked if this flops, right? Do they fire him or just try to course correct?
That's what I'm saying, man. The marketing's been terrible. It's all you see is Superman losing his temper and getting beat up. And then you have the press tour coming out and they're like, well, it's about politics. And if you don't like it, I don't care. You know, it's just like one of those things like that. All three of it's not good. It's not good. I mean, I guess the thing that could save him is the dog. Everybody likes dogs.
They're betting big on crypto, man. The point where they don't even let the enemy beat crypto. Crypto's going out here fucking beating the shit out of everybody, and somebody can't punch him back. What the fuck?
They cut the scene out where he gets kicked, apparently, because they said it did. People didn't like it.
Yeah, it disturbed the audience to see the CGI dog getting punched.
CGI.
And the point is probably to disturb the audience. That would be the point of that scene.
Yeah, to make the villain hated. That's what you're supposed to do. So
apparently, it was just too much for people to handle. I think it depends.
Gosh.
Look, I don't think James Gunn is going anywhere. Period.
No.
Now, if this movie, it's not going to happen. But if this movie came out and did like $250 million or something, then maybe. I just don't see that happening. But I don't think Gunn's going anywhere. However, internally, I 100% believe that there are different things. Like if this makes $1 billion, they're going to be James Gunn. You have the keys to the kingdom.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want. Right. If it makes 650, 700, I think they're going to sit down and have a conversation. Be like, okay, this isn't the worst thing in the world, but we need to evaluate what we're doing here, and we need to make sure that we're taking the right steps. Will of the fans for 50. G&G inspired me too. Howdy, Jay.
What's up, Will?
Hello, Will. Ministry of Wrong Thing. Clark Kent didn't just show up to a Home Depot as Super Juan. He fully assimilated to the point where he literally stands for the American way. Yes, like the idea that you can equate Superman's story to, flows of illegal immigrants over the border who aren't trying to assimilate, who are just trying to maintain their culture here in the United States. I just don't think that is quite the same. I don't think it's a one-to-one comparison.
Agreed.
Retromeister. I just knew that James Gunn's ego would get the better of him and use Superman as an allegory to current day events involving illegal immigration and Trump. It's about kindness, Jay.
Yeah, kindness.
And if you don't like my story about kindness, go fuck yourself.
I know. What a follow-up sentence. Yeah. Oh, man.
Tobias, why pay to watch a documentary on furries when you can just watch daily? Or the GCA interview I did months ago. Better value and no spin by activists. You can learn about furries here on G&G when Tobias chats. Thanks, Tobias.
Well, that's a good thing, but
Sola Felix, James Gunn is a habitual liar. He should work for cash. Thanks, Sola. Chris for 35. Is that South African money? So ballpark, how long after Superman premieres do we get an announcement that Batman is fast-tracked? Couple weeks, probably. I don't know about fast-tracked, but yeah, I feel like a couple weeks as Superman is tailing off its box office run, we're going to get an announcement about when we expect it to go into production. That's what I think.
Well, Supergirl's already finished, correct? And so, and that's supposed to be coming out next year?
Yep.
Not this year. Okay.
Yep.
So is he going to, you think he's going to try to do a movie a year? Like to have one like launched every year like Marvel did?
Well, I think
Marvel was doing like 2 a year at one point.
Well, yeah, Marvel is doing 3 or 4 a year. But I think that their goal will probably be 2, you know?
2? Okay.
Like once they get rolling and everything, I think that will probably be their goal. We'll see what happens. Buford T. Justice for $20 says this wouldn't be happening if Trump was president. Thank you, Buford.
Might be different.
And then Buford on top of that drops 5 gifted Geeks and Gamers memberships. Shout out to Buford T. Justice, the man. Retromeister, here's a quote I came with since 2021 that best sums up what's going on with James Misfire's super activist. When you replace escapism with realism, it's no longer fantasy. Need I say more?
Yeah, it sucks.
Chris Caranfortu, the Furry Detectives Unmasking a Monster. Is that what it's called?
The Furry Detectives?
Unmasking a Monster. Ugh. Ministry of Wrongthink. At least Gunn gets some good news this week with the list not coming out. Thanks, Ministry of Wrongthink. I do think it's funny. I believe Fantastic Four is doing like a first 30-minute screening thing similar to what Superman did. And I think they're lifting the social media reaction thing tomorrow at the same time when people are going to watch the first screenings of Superman. A little bit of chess being played between Marvel and DC with some of this stuff. And then we'll talk about Fantastic Four when that's getting ready to come out.
So the Furry Detectives has a teaser trailer. I don't know. I don't think we want to deal with it.
Let's watch it. Pull it up.
You want to see it? Okay. All right. It's about a minute of our lives. Let me know when you're ready.
Let's do it.
When you have evidence of some serious crime happening, either you're going to do something about it or you're part of the problem.
Whoa, protect that dog.
Involved in this story are
Furries.
What is a furry? Someone who
enjoys my God.
Creatures.
Hey.
It's fun and loving and diverse.
You will be accepted. They don't care if you identify as a pineapple. Most furries are people who would never harm animals.
One day, I'm going to call. We have a problem in the community.
There were these postings of videos and pictures with living and deceased animals.
There were people so twisted, and they are hiding in plain sight.
It's time that the furry fandom take a stand.
We nicknamed ourselves the Fur
It's time for the furry fandom to take a stand.
Avengers. Let's get these guys.
If you want to try to prove that I'm guilty, go ahead, because there's nothing there.
He's been lying this whole time.
This was a global operation.
I had just kicked a wasp's nest.
You felt like you were kind of opening Pandora's box and you didn't know what was going to shake out.
Look, I think in general, I think it's a weird thing. I don't get the furry thing. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me. And I don't think that every single person who's dressing up as a furry wants to have sex with animals, although it is a meme. But there are some people within that space that they're zoophiles, right? That's what they're interested in. They're living out this fucking fantasy. And sometimes they take it to actually doing that real thing, killing animals and fucking like weird shit, dude. Disgusting, degenerate shit. Mr. Mediker had a great series way back in the day talking about some of these disgusting individuals. I'm sure that's still archived somewhere, but yeah.
All right.
The furries
get their own show. Let's see how that works out.
See, there's Tobias. We all have bad apples. That's right. That's right. The apple doesn't fall far from the human-sized scratching post.
Maybe you guys just need to go and watch Steve Burns. Get some help.
Yeah. Nick Hammerschmidt. Why are people so offended of a dog getting kicked in a movie? Anchorman did it and I laughed my tail off.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Jack Black did that, right? Jack Black fucking kicked Baxter. Is that his name?
Yeah, he punted that thing off a bridge. He's like, that's how I roll.
Bro, didn't fucking Will Ferrell like throw a burrito out his window or some shit and hit him in the face?
He's like, oh, this is Philly. And it hit him. He was riding a motorcycle and knocked him over.
Bro, yeah.
He's like, that motorcycle is all I had. Now I'm going to take Baxter and punts him over the bridge.
Lance, yes, Dodger fans are real sad. We'll just use our legitimately won World Series to wipe the tears from our faces. Thank you, Lance. Lance doesn't sound sad. Wild man, my gym keeps better records of individual deadlift numbers than the DOJ keeps records of Epstein clients. Looking good today, Ryan. No homo. Thank you. Thanks, wild man. Cue the Alex Jones clip. Disgusting.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Double Hawk. Looks like we know what Ryan should watch on Locals. That's what you guys want me to watch?
Ryan watch parties, the furry.
Clyde Dashing. They're coming for you, Filoni. Ninroku on Locals. I know it can save James Gunn's Superman. The Gunn cut, James edition. It's just him reswapped over every character. U-boat is mine boat. RIP to the poor victims of the flood here in Central Texas. A few people around me are families affected. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, terrible.
It's very tragic, some of the stuff that's going on there in Florida.
Not Texas.
Or yes, in Texas. I'm sorry. I'm in Florida. But yes, with the floods going on in Texas, it sucks. I've seen a lot of people doing everything they can to help and go donate their time and effort and energy and resources and stuff like that. But very sad, dude. It's scary. Some of the how quickly some of those floodwaters came into so many places. Sup, man. Richard Gere left. Gerbils probably said, yay. The Trillis, let Mike Vick's dogs loose at furry events. Tobias says, sadly, the ability to hide your identity behind a mask and Sona creates the power to be the worst things possible if you think no one will find you. We furs aren't the only ones with this problem. You're not wrong, Tobias, that there are, like, in every segment of society, you're going to find people that are disgusted. I do think that, like, there are some proclivities that might tend towards that type of shit more than others, you know? But I'm not saying, in all seriousness, I'm not saying that every single person that claims to be a furry is like that. So,
we furs,
yes, we furs will not stand for this slander. Lord Slosh, the bad man, punted Baxter.
That's what he was saying.
Ike and Alice. Furries want to pretend they're animals, not humans. I say we validate their identity and hunt them for sport. Thanks, Ike and Alice.
All the ones dressed as boars and deer. Hunt them for sport.
Well, they weren't hunting to kill, but they were hunting dinosaurs in Jurassic World Rebirth. Jay, you watched it.
I did.
I watched it. It looks
Seems
like
a lot of people watched it.
And a lot of people all around the world watch Jurassic World Rebirth. Box office, Jurassic World Rebirth stomps to $147 million over July 4th holiday weekend. And when you look at the global numbers, you're talking nearly a $320 million global debut in the biggest studio opening for the year-to-year date. Jurassic World Rebirth made some big money over this weekend, no doubt about that. Look, we talked about Jurassic World for months in the lead up to this. And I said, and I think you said as well, that we both thought that of the three big movies opening in July, this would probably be the bigger one at the worldwide box office if we were placing a bet.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. I was a little nervous. Like maybe when all the stuff was coming out about the early previews and reviews of like saying it's not good, it's terrible, I was like, yeah, and maybe it won't hit. But had to hold on to my prediction and see what's happening. But
well, I do think we have to add some context to these numbers, right? Because $147 million, it is over a 5-day holiday weekend. To put some of these things in perspective, when we look at the history for Jurassic World as a franchise, Jurassic World, the first one, opened over $200 million opening weekend. Fallen Kingdom and Dominion both were around $148, $145 million. Those are on normal 3-day weekends, no extended opening, no holiday stuff, normal 3-day weekend. Jurassic World Rebirth, if you just factor in the 3-day, is at $91 million. It's when you factor in the full Wednesday and the full Thursday that you get this $147 million number. So it is a big number, $320 million global debut, nothing to scoff at. But when you put it in perspective of the rest of the franchise,
right,
Jurassic World Dominion opens to $386 million in its global opening weekend. That is a normal opening weekend without these extended days. So we should make sure that we put these things into perspective, that it's a significant drop-off from the previous entry in the franchise. That doesn't mean that the movie's not going to go on and to make money, that it's not going to go on to still potentially be the biggest July release that we've seen. And I would assume probably somewhere after these numbers, we'll see how it holds with a lot of competition. But somewhere in that like $800 million range is probably where I would expect it to end up. I don't think there's any hope for $1 billion movie with an opening like this. But one thing we continue to learn is it doesn't really matter what the critics feel about Jurassic Park movies or Jurassic World movies. It does not matter. I think that people just want to see fucking dinosaurs. That's what they want to see. They want to see dinosaurs. They want to see people running from dinosaurs. They want to see a couple people eaten by dinosaurs, and they want to see it on a big screen. And that's what this movie is. I didn't find it as annoying or insufferable as the previous 2 Jurassic World entries.
Not even close.
I don't think it's like oh my gosh, it's great. What a return to form for this. That's not what I think. I don't think it's particularly good. I just think it's almost completely inoffensive to the point where the characters have no meaning or matter or do anything of value. They're just kind of along for the ride so you can see dinosaurs. But
that's
a lot
the
of people
thing.
want to watch it.
People were when my theater was packed and people were cheering for the dinosaurs to win in this one. It's like they had no interest in the characters whatsoever. They were hoping that they all died, that they all got eaten. When the T-Rex like woke up, everyone's like, "Here we go, baby. Let's see." Like, I guess they were hoping for the boyfriend to die or whatever, but they, like, you can almost like sense the groaning when they all survived the T-Rex first appearance. And nobody died. When the Velociraptor showed up, people were like, they started clapping. It was crazy.
Yeah, they start like people got excited to see a background shot of a couple raptors.
Yeah,
like it was a fucking Robert Downey Jr. cameo at the end of the movie or something for Iron Man. Like that's what it felt like. It was very strange. The dinosaurs are like they are the stars, right? That's what people want to see.
That's it. And it would have been, man, it would have been cool if they had thought about that. Make a Jurassic Park movie where the dinosaurs are the stars and just sent a bunch of red shirts in and just let them just all get massacred, you know? And that would have been the end of it. Then the movie could have ended with like, anybody here from like Gold Squadron 1? No, maybe we got to send another team in. They could do a whole trilogy of like the dinosaurs being the stars, instead of a Snickers wrapper wrecking the whole thing. So that'll be the meme from this movie for sure. It's like Snickers wrapper will like wreck everything.
They should have offered that D-Rex a Snickers. You know?
That's true.
He was just hungry, bro.
I say so.
He was just hungry.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. He didn't like that dark meat at the end. And when you see it, you'll understand. So...
There were a couple things that were cut out of this, which I wish they would have kept in. Apparently, right at the reason that kind of makes no sense that he was able to escape that way is because at the end they were supposed to have a big matchup between the D-Rex and the T-Rex.
Oh man, that would have been cool.
Yeah, that would have been cool. Would have been nothing to the fucking story, but it would have been very cool.
That's all we wanted, man. We want the dinosaurs to be the stars. If they had understood the assignment, we would have got a better movie. That's what I think.
But I mean, I do think that as long as it has a fairly normal hold from what we can expect for this franchise, and climbs up to 800 million or whatever that is, I do think you're going to see another one, Jurassic World Rebirth. The second, or whatever the fuck it'll get called.
It'll be the next group with the mad scientists like, hey, we got to go in there, man. We need more of that blood. We've got a cure for cancer now or whatever. So we got to go back.
Yeah, we got the wrong blood.
Johansson, and she'll be like, I'm not going back. No amount of money can pay me. Hey, well, your cousin's there. So go over. And it's like, all right, I'm going. But this time we're going packing.
It is a big debut. There's no question, but I do think you have to put it in context for what this means for the franchise as a whole. And we are seeing, continued diminishing returns from this franchise. And again, I don't think it was as bad as Dominion and Fallen Kingdom, mostly because the characters were so inconsequential that there was so little actual story there that there wasn't much to be like, wow, this is the worst thing ever, because there was so little. I don't think it's a good movie. I think it's fine, and I think people will go and see it just to put popcorn in their mouth and watch dinosaurs, and that's what a lot of people want. But if they do want to actually reinvigorate this and start getting those returns back up, I do think you need to tell a better story overall than what we end up getting with this one.
If anybody got that giant foot popcorn bucket and they don't want it, I'll send you my P.O. box.
Was it they spent $70 on it and they just want to give it to you?
You never know. You never know. We're gonna get that hot dog cooker. I'm gonna set it up right here. We're gonna cook it live. That was my promise. If someone sent me that thing, we'll set it up in the office here and watch all my fuses blow and the computer goes out. All that stuff. It'll be a fun time. I was told it was there today, so if I go get it, we'll have it ready for tomorrow.
There you go. That'll be fun. I do like the only notes that Steven Spielberg apparently gave for this movie, because he like saw a pass of the script. He was like, it needs to be scary. Steven Spielberg's he really dug in there with the criticism. It needs to be scary.
You remember the first movie? You know what, like the biggest jump scare of all? The very first movie, I'll never forget it, is when the kids were in the car and they're like, what happened to the goat? And the freaking leg like landed on top of the car. I think I spilled I don't know, man. It scared me to death. Didn't expect it.
What about Samuel L. Jackson's arm?
That was a good one too. But I mean, that first one, it's like you just going into seeing that movie for the first time, you didn't know like what was going to happen. Like you didn't know. And it's just like that freaking goat leg, like hitting the top of that car.
See, I didn't see it in a theater my first time. I saw it, on a VHS at somebody's house, because 1993, I was 5 years old. So my parents weren't going to take me to see Jurassic Park when I was 5 years old.
Still be kind of scary though.
The first one I remember seeing though was The Lost World. So I was only probably like 9, or that came out 97.
I couldn't tell you.
I do remember going to see that movie. That's the first one I remember in theaters. I went and saw Jurassic Park not that long ago in front of a full orchestra.
I think that's freaking cool.
It was cool.
Did they play the entire film, or did they pause it and just do cut scenes?
No, they do the entire. They have a big screen in the background, and the orchestra plays the score. It's just the movie with the dialogue and everything, and the score is like removed from it, and so they play along with it the entire time. Now, most of the time when you go to those things, there will be an intermission. There will be like about an hour 15 minutes, about halfway through, they find a good stopping point, and you'll do 15 or 20-minute intermission to go take a piss. The orchestra can, take a little bit of a break and stuff like that before they get back to it. But you see the whole thing beginning to end.
So I went to the Star Wars one.
That's cool.
And the live orchestra, but they just, because they did all 6 films, so they just cut to the different scenes.
Yeah.
They waited for Duel of the Fates at the end, so that was pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
Every fandom has its degenerates, some more so than others. Elite Neo. Yes, agreed.
Correct.
B Chain for 5. Furries may just want to see fucking dinosaurs. Normal people just want dinosaurs. Thank you. Lord Slosh, seen Jurassic World this week. I'm happy to see it doing well despite its criticism. The little dino geek in me is happy. F1, however, was awesome. So good. Highly recommended. My pick of the summer so far, says Lord Slosh. Thank you, Lord Slosh. Hope you enjoy the movie. Lance for $5 says, I said another fucking island when the island name popped up and got a few laughs in my theater. I will say, I don't think that much of the, maybe you could, I think your theater was more packed than mine, Jay. I don't think a ton of the humor, like the intended humor in the movie, really came off very strong.
It didn't hit.
It did not hit. Like the parts that you could tell were supposed to be kind of funny was not.
No. That again, it was all everybody was cheering for the dinosaurs. That's where the crowd got into it.
Logan Johnson saw Rebirth on Thursday with my sisters and brother, and despite some retardation involving a certain product placement in the beginning and an annoying character living, it was enjoyable and better than Dominion. Yeah, I if anybody hasn't, or it's been a while since you watch it, watch Dominion again and try to tell me what the fuck they were doing with that movie. You know what I mean?
Wait, how much do you think Snicker paid for that? Think they reached out to like some companies and be like, hey, you guys want a big part in this film? Like, who's going to step up to the table?
Probably not as crazy as you're thinking. Put it in perspective, for the F1 movie, you had like a bunch of sponsors that sponsored like the fake racing car and everything that they use. A bunch of sponsors for that. They got $40 million in total from all the sponsorships. So for 5 seconds of Snickers fucking up the entire thing, I'm not sure. I'm sure something though. That was the one bit of product placement, I suppose, in the whole thing. Dark Knight Rider. What's your second favorite Jurassic Park movie? 3.
Oh yeah, 3, easy.
3, and then actually my next one would probably be the first Jurassic World, and then The Lost World, and then probably Rebirth, and then Fallen Kingdom and Dominion are both just utter fucking shit, in my opinion. Retromeister, does anyone remember the old Jurassic Park Trespasser game? I was hoping Jurassic World 4 was going to be more like a survival horror thriller, but it's not. They have a couple little sequences, but it's not as scary as I expected it to be based on some of the marketing. But yeah, do you remember Jurassic Park Trespasser?
No,
I'm not familiar with that.
I'll have to look it up real quick.
Mad Frog: Rise of the Jurassic World. That's what they should call it. Rise of the Jurassic World.
That'd be awesome.
Maximus BT for 199. Are you retarded? Thanks, Maximus. Martin Kohler for 10. The whole plot of Jurassic World Rebirth was a giant waste of time. The dino DNA was mapped out, created by people, so they could just remake it in a lab. No need for the dangerous mission. Yeah, it was very much skimmed over. They were like, well, why can't you just take blood from these dinosaurs already? They're like, well, we can't take blood from them because they have to be alive because the blood deoxygenates too quickly. And it was completely a contrived thing to just send them back to the island somehow, some way.
They had to find something.
Somehow, some way. Dinosaurs returned.
It's an easy thing, It's basically like the skin cells of a dinosaur could do this, so we need to go get some. So.
Bro, what is this picture of me in locals chat?
I want to know. I think you had the worst picture ever last week. That was oh my goodness. Props for the ice cream sandwich, though. That's peak.
It just says Ryan likes ice cream. Bro, that is disturbing.
Is that a push-up pop? No, it's not.
No, it looks like it's just like covered in something. Ice cream sandwiches are solid though, dude.
Yeah, pretty good.
Like the cheap ones, just like that, the brick. Bro,
Yeah,
those are fucking great.
got to get Publix brand.
Publix brand. I haven't got the Publix ice cream sandwich. What about dilly bars? You like dilly bars?
No. Not that I didn't like them. I never really bought them.
Really?
Yeah.
Bro, those are good. Were you a big Dairy Queen guy back in the day when you were a young lad, Jay?
We didn't really we went to Baskin Robbins more, but I wasn't upset when people took me to Dairy Queen. Usually when I went to Dairy Queen, I usually get food.
Oh yeah.
So
underrated Dairy Queen food. The chicken tenders basket with the
get the
gravy.
gravy.
The gravy. Mm-hmm.
And then like
flamethrower.
And then I would just get like a double scoop of mint chocolate chip or Rocky Road. Usually.
At Baskin Robbins, you mean, yeah?
Baskin Robbins, that was it. It's like you can get one topping.
Bro, give me that soft serve swirl cone, baby.
That's
Can't beat it. Never can beat
I
it.
like the soft serve. You never had it dipped?
Sometimes it's not my favorite though. Just give me soft serve chocolate vanilla twist. Give me the swirl. That's what I want. And bro, I remember when I was living in Virginia, I had a Dairy Queen right on my drive home. And so I always used to stop there. And fucking bro, I almost got in a couple car accidents because I had a manual transmission at the time. So I'm sitting there fucking, manual transmission, licking my fucking cone while I'm steering. Maybe somebody will fucking call. I'm pulling the phone out, trying to talk on the phone while I'm shifting, licking my ice cream cone. But it was worth the risk, man. It was worth the risk. Can't just let it melt.
No, you gotta go for it. Without it be a waste.
Like
That would definitely be a waste. I like it when it dipped it in chocolate, made that hard shell.
See, that's why I don't know why you don't like the dilly bars.
I don't. It's not that I don't like them. I just never really went and bought them. Trust me. If anybody puts a bowl of ice cream in front of me, it's going to be eaten. Except for sherbet. I'm not a sherbet person. I'm not eating that stuff.
Oh yeah. I mean, look, Dairy Queen. I always used to go to Dairy Queen like after Little League games, after like all that stuff. Always right to DQ, get an ice cream cone. But yeah, but the fucking food, you had the flamethrower, the burger. Even their normal, just like cheeseburgers, are decent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, it's good. The food there was great. Now you got Cold Stone. You go to
Dairy
Cold
Queen.
Stone. They got to mix it up in front of you and all that stuff.
I got a Cold Stone right next to me. Yeah, pretty expensive, but I mean, what do you usually get at Cold Stone though? I usually get like the Reese's thing, right? Whatever they have, whatever special thing they put a bunch of Reese's stuff in there. That's typically what I get.
I just make my own. Give me a little chocolate, let Rocky Road, dump some gummy bears on it, maybe some, little chips, and then they mix it all up in that thing. And
I don't want gummy bears in my ice cream.
And they're not bad.
They're weird when they're cold. They got a weird texture when they're cold, and then you put them in there, mix them all up. They're cold. It's not like if you put it on top,
Yeah, maybe. I don't mind it though. The one thing I can't have is like, I see like these young kids, they put those bubble gum in their ice cream. That's like awful. It's like, things got to be like a piece of concrete in your mouth, So they like that bubble gum. They did like a special SpongeBob Cold Stone ice cream. I don't know if they did it all around. I just saw it at Universal, and they had like, they used his nose. They had like gumballs, and they mixed it all up. I didn't get one. I was just watching, and it was just like, these kids are just eating that stuff.
Yeah, I haven't been paying attention, to be honest.
I guess.
The carnivore trucker, why are you Jay?
I don't know.
Wild man, I have an ice cream cone, Ryan. I bet you do.
Boy, Wild
Man wants to fuck the shit out of me, bro. Like Wild Man wants to fuck the shit out of me. Has for forever. I respect it. I respect the commitment. Little Jim's Halo for 2. Mickey D's fries with ice cream. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's an old favorite.
The thing I will always, if I go to Wendy's, will dip my fries in a Frosty.
In a Frosty,
Mostly because Wendy's fries are kind of dog shit. So you need to do that. It's like a requirement to make them good. Cody J. Braun for $1.99. Did either of you see the Gunn Snyder cameo in Rick and Morty? I just saw the clips that are going around on Twitter. I do think it's funny. Like I think it's like a funny thing for them to do, to get together and give each other shit like that. But yes, I don't know if I could play it, if it would get claimed or not. That's one of the reasons I didn't play it, so it doesn't get copyright claimed. But yes, I did see it, and I think it's very funny that both of them are willing to poke fun at each other. James Gunn gets shot at the end by like
he's in a pool of blood.
Yeah. SpongeBob popsicle with the gumball eyes, my dudes. There you go. That's what it is.
That's got like chewing rocks, man.
That's what it is. Wait, it's a gumball.
Yeah, but it's like in ice cream, so it's like frozen.
Like your gummy bears.
They quickly, like, once you get them in your mouth, they're not so bad.
Well, there you go. Well, that's going to be it for us today, guys. We had 5 minutes of drumstick ice cream cones. Love them. Love drumstick.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff.
Can't beat drumsticks. Good point, Elite Neo.
Choco
I have not eaten enough
Supreme.
ice cream lately. That's the end result here. That's what I know now.
Choco Taco.
Jay, what do you got going on today?
We got the Monday Hangover. Going to go over the movie The Howling, our first horror film, tonight at 6 p.m. And a lot of videos coming out on Park Hopping. We were there yesterday for the closing of the Rivers of America. Had a live stream, a lot of stuff that we filmed. We're getting all that stuff set to release today as well. So
there you go. Well, thank you guys for hanging out. Go somewhere else. Have a good time today. Do whatever you're doing. I think your holiday weekend's probably over, so you can't relax. Everybody's back to work, all that good stuff. But thank you for being here. We'll see you tomorrow.
Sorry, guys. I'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah, apologies. Bye, everybody.